Welcome to the latest episode of Sports Line with JLE, where we discuss sports like family. Co-host, she's out of town this weekend, but I just wanted to get in because a lot of NBA playoffs action going on. I'm going to get back to getting my intros. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. I was checking out the Cleveland-Indiana game, and a lot of the key pieces from Cleveland came back, so they was whooping Indiana by 22. OKC and Denver played later. They won one. Then you got Boston, New York. New York's up 2-0. And Minnesota Golden State tied 1-1. I'm just reading that Steph Curry going to take his time coming back. I'm looking at that one like, oh, he ain't rushing to come back. Uh-oh. He never had his injury for us, so he don't want to rush nothing, hurt nothing, which is understandable. You know, hamstring can be tricky. But the way they play without him is very alarming. A lot of people wonder what they're going to do without him. Now, this was the reason they went and got Jimmy Butler. For him to be that player to take over and help. Maybe they need to run offense through Draymond Green more, so because he's more familiar with it. Run that point forward like Pippen did with the Bulls in the 90s. Because that loss they had wasn't good. It looked like they didn't know what to do without him. And he'd probably be back for maybe game 4, the way he's talking. Because they got to, they traveling to go back to their home court. So, and he's saying like he's not in no rush to come back. So he might be back for game 4 or 5. Or he might sit the series out because I expect him to hear that, it felt like a gut punch, but he don't want to rush it. And I'm like, well, normally they trying to get you back on the court. But then again, Golden State history with Russian players back ain't the best. We saw what happened to Clay. Saw what happened to Kevin Durant. And I don't know, maybe he kept stock of those things. Even Iguodala had talked about after he left on how they would try to rush you back a little bit too early. I mean, they ain't gonna rush Steph Curry because without him, they wouldn't have no title in this era now. But he definitely gonna take his time to make sure his strained calf is good. That's understandable. I'm looking at the OKC Denver series. That would might go 6 or 7. I mean, Jokic is a beast. He's a walk-in triple-double for a 7-footer, which, I mean, Sabonis, when he played with Portland in the late 90s, early 2000s, he was like a glimpse of that type of center. He would get about 20 points, 10 boards, maybe 5 assists, but you never thought about triple-double. But it's enough data has been shown, even the championship Denver won, when he's more of that triple-double beast. Offense flowing, everybody in their right spot. They're doing their thing. Now, OKC really, to me, is on the revenge tour to prove that they have arrived. Because last year, they was number 1 seed, made the playoffs, and got put out. And everybody looked at them as being fraudulent, like, yeah, whatever. Y'all ain't ready for the big time yet. So they really trying to prove they ready for it. And Denver won, a year or 2 ago? So they're a recent champ. If they beat them, that's a big test to prove that they ready for the next step. And then you got Golden State without a Steph right now, and Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards, they still figuring this thing out. So, yeah, their biggest roadblock would be Denver from getting to the finals. Now, it is shocking On the East side, the top two teams are down 2-0. I didn't expect that Indiana would go into their house and get 2 games. Now, people were saying, well, some of the key pieces will hurt. Yeah, but, I mean, you got the best record. Everybody just step up. So it's showing they got everybody back. They playing Cleveland basketball now. I know it's been talks about if LeBron lead the Lakers where he might want to go, and it's been coming from Cleveland. We don't want him over here. We're building our own legacy now. We thank him for the title he got years ago, but this is a new day. We don't need him, and we building our own path. And they did it through the draft, which I respected. Now, Boston, defending champ, I'm shocked. They were up 20 points, both games against New York. And New York seems to be the more aggressive, physical team, which is weird. Because Tom Thibodeau teams, when he had D Rose and all them players in Chicago, he wouldn't play his whole team, and he would run them ragged to where if they played Miami in the playoffs, they'd run out of gas. Maybe he's starting to play the whole bench again to rest his players some. And Jalen Brunson is really proving they should have paid him when he was with Dallas. Because he's making them be back to being the Knicks when they had Ewing, Charles Oakley, and everybody. You ain't see that excitement in the Garden for the Knicks team. You saw a little bit when Carmelo was there, but not the same feel. I mean, it got that energy like, man. Not to say Carmelo didn't have some good teams there, but it's like they believe, man, we got Brunson. We got a shot at the finals. And I don't know if people really thought that about Carmelo. Hall of Famer, hell of a talent. He should have been the second pick. We should have got him when him and LeBron came out instead of that Darko dump trade. But people weren't screaming, oh, man, they going to the finals. They were good. But with Brunson, he got them believing. And now they're up 2-0 on defending champ. That'd be hilarious if they get swept because Jaylen Brown got a back issue. They've been giving the man a shot. So it turns out he is their Michael Jordan of the team. He's the alpha. And Jason Tatum is Scottie Pippen. Now, me as a Kobe fan, I find it very disrespectful and distasteful that this dude walks around talking about Kobe was a mentor and he ain't found his aggression on the court yet. I mean, the first big issue was you played for the Olympic team, you just won a title, and the coach don't have no minutes for you. Like you ain't nobody. Now, I could be wrong, but I want to believe if that was Kobe on the team, he just won a title, and Steve Kerr telling him you're going to ride the bench for the U.S. team, and he talked to the press, I don't think Kobe would have been PG. I think he would have told the world, like, this dude got me effed up. I just won the title. I'm the best of all these players because I'm the champ. And you ain't got no minutes, I'm going home. I ain't wasting my time over here. I could be with my team, getting ready for next season. And had Jason Tatum did something like that, that would have been like, oh, he ain't no pushover. Because even in play where Mikal Bridges, again, he stole the ball from Jaylen Brown in game 1. He blocked Tatum's shot in game 2. He should have went to the hole hard. Forced a foul or something. Not trying to do that fadeaway shot that got blocked from behind. Like, dude, you nice. You at home. Drive to the basket and make them call a foul. You should have the respect that they're going to give you that at home. Shoot 2 free throws, you win by a point. So it's going to be interesting to see how they come out in New York. Now, a lot of people been talking, well, New York can't be too happy. Like right now, look like Indiana was happy to get them 2 wins, but Cleveland gave away the second game. And right now, the way they're playing, it's like we were short staffed and y'all got some rabbit punches in, but we about to run you now. So we'll see if they come back to win the game. But with New York, how would New York come out to play? Are they gonna come out? We trying to send y'all home. We ain't playing. Because I know y'all think to yourself, like, we had them down by 20 points and they came back. Imagine a Rocky where in part 2, he asked his trainer, like, man, I want to fight it because people don't think I can beat him. Like, dude, I seen you give that man punishment that no man should take. And he kept coming. In famous words, we don't need this in our lives, baby. Let's move on to another fighter. And the ego of Apollo couldn't let it lie that this no-name boxer Rocky, I beat him by a half step, getting up by the 10 count. He had to knock him out. And later learned after Rocky 3, they had a third fight, he won that one. But his ego couldn't let it slide, so it's like, is that going on with the Boston Celtics? Because you had them down by 20 points, 2 games, and they came back and beat you. And was hype. It wasn't no, yeah, they was like, yeah, let's get it. Let's go. What y'all talking about? Y'all going home. I'm like, wow. I love the disrespect. I believe in talking trash whether you win or lose. I can respect it. So they sweep them dudes, man. They're going to be the weakest champion ever to get swept. And you was up. I mean, when the Lakers lost to eventual champ Dallas, you saw they were tired of being champions. They wasn't. A lot of them players were good. And maybe that's something going on with Boston. They got their title. You'll never say win, never win. Maybe they content. But it's a way. It's okay to lose going out swinging, but you up by 20, Botan giving your best punch, and then they just storm back and beat you. And it's in the clutch moment of the game. Man. If they somehow pull it off and get past Boston, Cleveland better not sleep on them. This is a different New York team. I don't think nobody picked them to win the finals, but the way the playoffs been playing out, you can't rule out New York making it to the finals. Can't. I mean, only sure 2 teams that you would look at would be Boston and Denver, because they both won. They know what it takes. Now, you don't sleep on Indiana because Rick Carlisle was the coach of Dallas when they beat LeBron them in 2011. So they got a championship coach that know what it takes to win. He finally seen to have the right talent in Indiana and the star player that wants to be there where they can make a run. So if it wound up being Indiana, New York, that's someone may have bet for that, and they might be in a minority because I figured Cleveland versus Boston. But I can't say that for sure right now. Like, I figured it'd be Golden State, maybe OKC or Denver. But Steph ain't going to be there, and y'all playing like y'all don't know how to play basketball? Yeah, it could be Minnesota and OKC or Denver. I don't see Minnesota going because they ain't ready yet. But I see OKC or Denver against New York. That'd be big money because the big market's back in the finals. And you ain't seen New York in the finals since, was it 99, that lockout year? Last time they went, Sprewell was there. They lost to the Spurs, which was their first title win. Getting up, they ain't been since. Then there was AFC that year too. Last time they won a title was in the 70s. So it's been a while for New York. to play for a finals. And that place be jamming, be rocking. Now, there has been some talk about what my Lakers need to do. And had a talk with a homeboy who, I guess some people drink the Kool-Aid. I mean, granted, LeBron's one of the guy's greatest gifts made, family man, entrepreneur, help a lot of people, do all those great things, get that out the way. But I need to have the power to run this team, but act like I don't. Throw rocks behind your hands type nonsense him and his homeboy Rich Paul like to do. Is why I'm pretty sure I'm not the only Lakers fan waiting for him to leave my team. I mean, besides the bubble when we had a pandemic and they had 4 months to rest, ain't done much. They couldn't beat Denver. Okay, everybody talking this year because his homeboy who was doing a podcast with him, when he didn't want to listen to Darvin Ham, who won a title with the Pistons in 2004. He was assistant coach in Milwaukee one, so he has championship pedigree. Don't want to listen to him. I ain't feeling that, so they get rid of this guy. Okay? And JJ Redick comes off very smug and condescending like he's a know-it-all. I remember watching him First Take always talking smack about how Doc Rivers suck as a coach. He don't do this, he don't do that. And I did my research. Only title that dude ever won was in high school. You didn't win it, dude. You didn't win an NBA, so you don't know what it takes to build a winning championship or any championship pedigree. But the way he taught, I thought, this dude won some titles in the league. There is some issue with Doc and his coach, but the way he was talking, like, have you coached before? So this guy has the bright idea to play a 40-year-old age and star player 24 minutes straight. Get mad at the media when they ask him, did you consult your assistant coaches with your game planning? Nobody has been that foolish and stupid to play an aging star 24 minutes. And you saw LeBron tired in game 5. That wasn't shocking. He's 40. It's still amazing the dude can get you 28, 8 in his sleep, but he's still old. He don't play defense. He do offense. And now we got Luka, unfortunately. Another great offensive talent, but don't play defense. So it's really 5-on-3. Now, when I say this, barbershop, whatever, Jeff, you just... No. I remember when we had someone that cared about winning titles in Kobe. Whatever it took. Man said sometimes him and his wife got arguments because he's trying to win all the titles he can for the Lakers. And now we got all this sideshow stuff. I ain't buying into the sideshow. I'm sorry. No. I remember when he first came to my team, walking through the hallways of the arena with wine glass in his hand. He didn't do that crap in Cleveland, Miami. He's focused on basketball. So he showed me he came to my team to retire and start doing this movie and TV stuff. And then Laker Nation called him out, and then he got serious. Now, when Magic was building the team from the draft, that was the best way. That's what Jay West taught him. We didn't need LeBron. We probably we'd be contending for titles now if we ain't done all this catering to one person. They ain't catered to Kobe like this. Put the man's son on the team. And with his stats in college, you didn't know his name, you would not draft him. You could have drafted one of the players from Connecticut that just won a title. They'd come in and be more impactful. But then you hired your boy as a coach. They do the Luka trade. I ain't had nothing to do with it. I don't know nothing about AD. And then Marquise Morris, one of the Morris, say, no, LeBron said, I want you to be here for that locker room presence. So you knew about it. Because you feel, I can't do it. Well, he always getting hurt. AD got to go. Who looked up to this guy? All right, you served your purpose. You got to go. So now here we are with my team. And we not in the conversation truly for any titles. That's Boston. I mean, they got one too many, and our response ain't been, let's go re-up, get the better talent, a proven coach so we can at least stop them from winning in the finals. We ain't do that. We doing family friend discount for LeBron. It's not winning basketball. That's why we at home. And if now he called out Luka, saying he need to get in shape, but that's why. And to me, people didn't look at it, but I can't believe they got rid of Luka. But they look at it the other way, like, why would they get rid of him instead of paying him $300 million? Maybe he drinking beers and smoking too much. He ain't in shape. Arguing with the refs too much. I mean, we looked at the name compared to, hold on, why would Dallas get rid of you? He went to the finals, but he had a great defense. Kyrie was balling to cover up for him not playing defense. Now you brought that over here. Now, again, you got two players that don't play defense. The role players they got they're only good for one or two things. They're not multi-talented like everybody has copied Golden State. You need to be able to be at least 10 deep. They can cover multiple positions. They can create their own shot. I don't do what Boston do, taking 1,000 threes like a bunch of fools when they're not falling. Going to the rim still gets points. So we're going to see who make a move after this season to really get in the thick things. Like my Pistons, we back in the hunt, but we need a closer. And I don't know if we got a veteran team that won a title. We need that someone that's been there, done it, that can teach while he played with them, because we should have went far. We should have beat New York. But they'll say when we have Isaiah, like, yeah, watching how they play, like, we couldn't close out games. But we're going to get there. And before I get ready to shut it down, so I want to do a show. Now let another week go by. I had something to do the other week. What is the actual score right now? Let's go to home. Wow. With 9:29 left, Cleveland up 104-88. Oh, they're pretty much about to get this one in the bag unless Indiana pull off a hell of a comeback. Almost down by 20. I don't know about that one. But NBA playoffs have been more competitive. They're getting after it, which is good basketball. Hope they can translate that to the season so the game is worth watching and not just wait for the playoffs when they really want to play. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, all my shows. I forgot to do another one, but Ground Floor tomorrow. Make sure I put that on there. Hope you enjoy your weekend. Appreciate you. And we'll be back next week. Y'all enjoy your weekend. Be safe.